well, this morning we have Mrs. Oktoberfest, Regina Siegel. How are you this morning?
Great. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
I am on top of the world. We're about to start with fest time and a little rain for good luck this morning. And I think it's just going to be a great couple weeks ahead.
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel to say that you're Mrs. Oktoberfest?
I have to tell you, I still literally pinch myself every morning, and my husband just laughs because I look at this sash and just think, wow, how did little old me from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, you know, we've lived here over 20 years, but become Mrs. Oktoberfest. So it truly is an honor to be among the mothers of our community who've kind of helped shape what we are today.
How much hard work went into, you know, being nominated as Mrs. Oktoberfest too, you think?
Well, when I was reaching a certain milestone birthday that allows us to be in the running for Mrs. Oktoberfest, I had a couple of friends contact me and ask if I would be willing to be nominated. And at that time, I didn't know a lot about the process, but that was on my birthday on February 15th. And it's just kind of been a whirlwind since then. And you know, you have to put together a bit of a bio and just talk about what you do in the community and why lacrosse and Oktoberfest are important to us.
So what are some of the duties of Mrs. Oktoberfest, you know, because we know that it's not just during Oktoberfest, you guys are involved throughout the year too.
Exactly, it really is a full year commitment, plus however many years I have left of my life. So Oktoberfest is truly a family. We're committed to the community. That's why it all began. And if you don't mind, I thought you might ask, so I brought this Festive Times book. I think there may be a couple of copies left in the Fest office, but this was written in 2011, 2010 to celebrate our 50th anniversary. So when Mrs. Oktoberfest began in 1968, you'll get a kick out of this. So contestants had to be 35 years old. That's much younger than the milestone birthday that you have to be now. Married and outstanding in community service. This was back in 1968. The entrants were judged on, and there were 80 entrants.
Wow.
Homemaking, participation in church, school, and civic affairs, poise and personality, cooking, and special talents and creative hobbies. And amongst the judges were a fashion coordinator and a home economist. So now you have to be 50 years old and dedicated to the community, family, and enjoy festing in every way that it is.
So like so far, you know, Oktoberfest is just barely beginning right now, or like the fest activities, but what has been your favorite thing so far, or something that you're looking really forward to?
Yeah, well, I had no idea when so Saturday, I was just revealed as Mrs. Oktoberfest, and there was just a gorgeous reception, at UWL in the Student Union, and there were 300 people there, and just being there in the midst of kind of these founders of lacrosse in so many ways was such an honor and a blessing. We had family coming from out of the area, and that has certainly been a highlight for me, spending time. It was like a wedding. My husband and I were able to go to tables and, you know, really see what makes Oktoberfest so special and our community so special.
Yeah.
Now, how does your husband feel about being Mr. Oktoberfest?
Yes. Well, I will say in the office, he happens to be the sheriff here of La Crosse County. I think he's gotten a couple, you know, he's been kidded a little bit, and people saying they can't wait to see his knees and his lederhosen. But in all honesty, the community service that I do, he's been there every step of the way. And I think it just really highlights how families can be involved and help the community. So he's been my biggest cheerleader and fan. He's also been one to run mascara to me when I forget it. And yeah, just the best support, and really trying to promote, you know, law enforcement, I should say. It's not always. Oktoberfest can be tricky. Sometimes people don't make their best decisions when they're in a crowd of thousands of people and, you know, maybe have a little too much to drink. So he's been great to temper the fun with fest, along with making safe choices and making sure good decisions are made for our
Absolutely.
community.
So why do you think Oktoberfest is like so important to our community,
Yeah.
in your opinion?
Well, in addition to the multi-millions of dollars that we bring in every year, I think it's a great way to spend time with those who you may not know.
Right.
I don't believe there are strangers. I believe they're
Yeah.
just friends you haven't met yet. So
Right.
you can meet friends from all over the globe in a nice area. There's family-friendly activities. We have the special fester. We acknowledge diversity and inclusion with folks with all ability levels. North Side grounds for families. Fest grounds here if you want to have some great music and great fun.
That is so sweet. I love that. They're just friends you haven't met.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
I do like that saying.
Me too. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
to
Thank
talk
you.
to us about this. We can't wait to see
Yeah.
you in all of your festivities later.
Terrific. Prost.
Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.